The first time frame where I didn't think nothing was going to happen. After I got my driver's license, I would say the first car accident.
You
And
mean when you were young?
yeah,
Okay, yeah.
because it goes into a little bit of a cycle. So I'm back. I'm leaving from a basketball game. This is a game like our team is 8-0. It's like the battle of the undefeated. So this is the first time we suffered a defeat. We got butts kicked. I can say that part.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm heading home. Instead of me heading home, I wanted to go out after the game, have some fun,
Right.
and I had family in the car at the time period. I'm driving up a hill. It had just snowed a little bit or whatever, so the road was a little bit more slippery.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a young driver, so I'm not paying attention to certain things I should be doing.
Right.
I could see the car in front of me. I know to slow down. I'm approaching. All of a sudden, I hit the brakes. The car starts going out of control
Oh,
and
shoot.
slides right into the back of this car. So the police come out there, is following so closely, and my mom's car is wrecked at this point. At this point, it's not going to make it back home or whatever.
Right. Oh man.
So I get out the car. I'm in stage shock because I always told people I'll never get in a car accident. I'll never get in a car accident. I just never saw it. God made sure to realize you ain't perfect. So I called my mom to let her know. That was hardest phone call to say, this is what happened. My mom, first question she asked, are you okay?
Right.
She didn't even ask about the car.
Mm-hmm.
What was the condition. I don't think she even asked about the car for a couple of days. She was out of town. So during this time frame, mom's out of town. I get to go out, do what I want to do after a basketball game.
So you wrecked the car.
Yeah, I wrecked the car.
But thankfully you were okay.
Yeah. And mom's like, are you okay? That's the first question she asked. And I said, only God could kind of have somebody bring out, and that brought some calm. She said, was everybody else okay? She was like, write down. She started giving me instructions of what to do after a car accident,
Right.
find out everybody's name, who's involved, and anybody hurt. All of that, call police, the whole nine. And yeah, I found
Were
out.
you at fault? I guess.
Yes, I was at
It's
fault.
always a fault in that.
Yeah.
If somebody hits from behind, right?
Yes, I was at fault for this accident, no doubt about it. And all I could do was look at her car, and it was a nice red Nova 88. It was the first brand new car she had bought from a previous car. The other car was a hoopty.
Right.
But my mother had a habit of calling her cars after me.
Oh.
So it would be one car was Travis, the other car was little Travis. Yeah, she just never managed to call the car Merle at all. And
That's cute.
yeah, she always named the cars after me. And after that, I had no injuries. I wasn't hurt. I was only hurt mentally, and of course, just just going through the fact of, okay, this really happened.
Mm-hmm.
You're still starting to go through the process of accepting this happened. And afterwards, the car was told mom didn't have a lot of money. We wasn't a rich family, barely had money to even make it to a basketball game. They even pay the admission to get in.
Right.
She'll be scrambling for quarters. So having this happen is not a good thing.
Major.
And mom only had liability insurance at the time period. And this is when I learned about how important family. So her brothers and sisters saw the car, all this other stuff. They started coming out there left and right. And this was when I was learning the power of why she did what she did with the family structure. So they came out hours on end working on that car,
Wow.
replacing the parts, taking the parts off. They rebuilt her car in a couple of days. It wasn't no longer automatic. They turned it into like a stick shift. Yeah. During that time frame, you could turn it into a manual or whatever it may be. It never went above 60 miles per hour. It never did. A good oil change would make it run a little bit better, but they rebuilt that car and wouldn't take a dime for it. Not even a dime.
That's really sweet.
Yeah. So at that point, I said, I saw the power of family, and I saw the message that God had said about the importance. You don't charge family for anything. You do because that's what you wanted to do. And it was the very cousins who was bullying me, was out there working on that car, doing everything, trying to get it right. And it says a lot about judgment and don't give up on people even if you see in a certain way that they are not reflecting the values or whatever it may be. But they was there. And they also gave me some words. They was like, next time don't follow this close and all that sort of stuff. But it was a beautiful sight and a beautiful thing for the family to know very much for me. And it just says just because you see one side of people doesn't mean they don't grow as they get older and you see another side.
Right.
And her brothers and all of them was all participating. They were doing anything and everything to help my mother. Even though she didn't have a lot of money or anything, they refused to take it down. Refused.
Well, it's family for you. Ideally, that's how it should be. If you can, you help.
Yes. And that's what I was taught growing up. So did that help restore my faith? Yes. But it doesn't mean it's still going to stay that way. I still got more life to live at this time period. This is at that point now I'm heading to college. That's when the whole thing starts to happen, different things. You on your own now. And now you got to start making decisions on, are you going to even make it to graduation? Are you even going to make it past the first semester? Because in our area, if you didn't leave the area, you stayed there, it was either jail or death. You either went to the military or something. You was told to leave the area and find your own life. Now it's good to come back. And when you're ready to retire and stuff like that, this is where you want to come back to. But after high school, there wasn't much for us afterwards. Job-wise, opportunity-wise, or anything, because the area was so ingrained. Also ingrained into family structure and nepotism. If you're looking at becoming more or whatever and you're not part of this structure, staying around here is like a doomsday scenario. So not everybody had the same opportunity, but I never worried or cared about how others, they were riding around nice Mustangs, all this stuff, and you just start wondering how y'all able to afford these things in this area. That's why I stopped worrying so much about material things, because also tragedy struck for some of those people. And they lost the most important people in their lives because people was trying to show off in those fancy cars and stuff like that. It reminds me of the death of Holly Lester, and her family never saw her graduate. She died in an accident because the person was driving out of control. Well, a very well respected person and family in the community.